Okay, this is the next fun project, more or less. What we have here is we have a dresser. I don't know if it's the actual name of this company. It said Trendwood when I tried doing a Google Maps search from the pictures. And basically, so I take it because it looked like the same, and I don't remember the name when we bought it. But anyways, so what we want to do is this is a dresser and a shelf, which was part of the original bunk bed, which now the bunk bed is a single bed because I made legs for it, and you can put totes under there, and it's cotton candy color, and the room's cotton candy color. Just a quick view. A little dizzy. I'm just doing the front like a veneer, but I'm just doing the front to save paint because we're low on paint for now. So I'm doing that. And so just veneering with the paint, just the fronts for the desk for homeschooling. And then back to over here. This isn't functional for us. It never really has been. It's always been the wrong direction. These drawers, because it was a bunk bed, these hooked together and the bunk bed went on top. Well, we always kind of needed that facing one way or the other. So I am going to, not going to attempt, I am going to take this apart right here. And then what I found out is the drawers look like they're screwed in. So you can't really get to them unless you take the back off safely, unless there's a secret removing tool. So it's good though, because these are kind of like, these are screwed in under here. This is the only one that's not screwed in there, and I can take the top off, and then I can figure out how to get this off, whether I have to pry it off or cut it off, and then just screw it back in the side. But these will come right off. Take the top off. And this dresser here, which faces this way, I'm going to take it, turn it, and then it's going to be facing this way, and then I'll screw it back together. As long as if I don't have enough meat of the boards to screw into, so I don't screw into the dresser drawers, I'll have to add some strips on there, which would be done easily enough, and they'll have to match close enough. Because that particular color lumber and the stain and stuff like that, this is going to be a quick project. It's not going to be let's go to the stain store and get all that stuff and do it. So what I'll probably do is I'll find some lumber that's close enough that I have, and screw it together the best I can and make it look as professional as possible. And since the front's going to get painted cotton candy, just like the desk, it's going to match just fine. And then this will be the shelves, the dresser, and it'll be turned to set right here. Or even if it was pulled this way, it'll fit fine. So we're going to modify basically the bookshelf and dresser to make it more functional for us. So it's not hard to do. I mean, obviously, I've seen different sets that look different directions, and this wasn't the option when we got it. You know, you had to get whatever was there. So since we're no longer using it as a bunk bed, we got nothing to lose. You know, the whole set's not really all that cheap, and we got it where we did a financing deal a few years ago. So it's, I believe everything's close to 5 years old or older. I don't remember the exact price. It might even be older than that. Sometimes I think it might be closer to 7, 8 years old, honestly. But for sure, it's 5 to 6 to 7 years old. So now that it's no longer new, we decided we're going to paint it. Originally, we weren't going to paint it. And then, so what do we got to lose? You know, because if you go to sell this stuff, you don't really get a good use price for it. So we're going to keep it and make it functional for us because it's still nice stuff, and it still holds up, and it's barely got used, really, for the most part. So we're going to make it work for us and get a lot more use out of it. That we get maximize our money, and why go buy some new stuff that's cheaper, because this is still real wood and it's built nice, and it's got the safety drawers that don't want to come out. And so from what I can tell, unless there's a special tool, they actually have them screwed in from behind, because I had opened the stairway up a couple years ago. I was going to put a door on the back, and then we could just hide some stuff in there, and stuffed animals and stuff or whatever. So we got to looking at it, and it's actually screwed in really good, probably so it doesn't fall out on the kids, which is cool. So we don't want to open the drawer compartments if we don't have to and mess with those. So that's why I'm just going to remove that there, turn it, and I'll give you an update picture or video somewhere in there. Thanks for stopping in. Thank you for a like, share, subscribe. Hope you like the cotton candy room. Miscellaneous painting of the wood products. It blends a lot better. At first when I saw it, I didn't think I'd like it, but just due to the price of the paint and the time, and actually this time I primed the bed, but it was 2 coats of primer, 2 to 3 coats of paint, depending on the board and stuff like that. And then we just did some artist gold here. So this one, I actually don't mind painting wood without the primer. Some people say it won't hold up as much. But we're going to find out. So I did this one without the primer. I just put the extra coat, let it soak in and dry, and then put another coat on it. And honestly, other than sometimes you'll get some wood grain look, which this paint we didn't. It's almost as quality as this. So it's fine. Some people think it's better with the primer, but honestly, we've painted most of our rooms in our house over the years without the primer. They say it sticks better. But once you get a layer of paint on there, even if it's a flat paint, sometimes it'll hold as long as you're not scraping the walls and stuff like that. But even then, we've never had no trouble with the paint in our house. And the other room, we used primer, and it just held the whole project up in a couple extra days. By the time we primed it and primed it again and got it looking smoother. So it's your call on that one. And since we're just doing the fronts, it's not like we're doing the whole thing. So saved us a little bit of time, money, effort, and making it match the room was the main thing. So cotton candy, there you go.